called Team Matters. The slightly awkward title is deliberate. Team really does matter. Very few problems worth solving yield to solo efforts. But the alchemy needed to get a team of diverse talents to add up to more than the sum of its parts is anything but automatic. Our goal today is to teach you a few skills that will be useful in your work on creative, interdisciplinary teams. We'll start with acknowledgement that teamwork is challenging, and then we'll work through a few ideas that will add up to what I call the art of creative listening. We'll learn about talking with 6 hats, and then we'll use 6 hats to talk about team norms, that is, the rules that a team might want to adopt as its creative infrastructure. And then at the end, we'll reflect back on the how of what we did to draw some takeaway lessons from the experience. But what do we even mean by teamwork? The simplest version of collaboration is just a bunch of us pushing in the same direction. It's not fancy, but it lets us accomplish some things we can't do alone. A little more sophisticated than that is the division of labor. Adam Smith showed us a long time ago how massive the returns to an effective division of labor can be. But we expect something more and different from our teams. We don't just want to aggregate our efforts. We want my creativity to be enhanced and amplified by your creativity. I want your ideas to jar me into thinking a new idea that neither of us could see coming. When teams work well, the result really is that proverbial more than the sum of its parts. Now, working with teams is all the rage these days, and I bet you've experienced group work throughout your previous education. When you go for job interviews, they'll ask you things like, can you share an example of a situation where teamwork enhanced your ability to accomplish your goals? Or, have you ever been a member of a team that struggled or failed to accomplish its goal? If so, what happened? Or then there's that killer question with no right answer. Do you feel more energized when working alone or when working as a part of a team? Here's the thing though, if you get us alone and you bring up the topic of teams, you'll probably get an earful, because everybody's got a team horror story. Experiences where the product was definitely less than the sum of its parts, where the goal was more to survive than to solve a problem. But just because you have a story like that doesn't mean it's you. It's not. Effective collaboration on teams is actually not a natural act. Teamwork requires cooperation, coordination, good timing, confidence in one another's competence, shared awareness of unspoken rules, and a lot of interpersonal trust. A lot of things, in other words, have to go right to yield a really well-functioning team. And the horror stories that we have are because those things that need to go right are actually in short supply, and we don't treat effective teamwork as a skill worth cultivating. In so many areas of human endeavor, we do take the task of turning a group into a team seriously. We practice, we rehearse, we warm up, we work out, we recite, we run lines, we go through routines, we war game things, we train, we review, we do dry runs, we do walkthroughs. So why do we just assume that you can say, hey, form up groups for this task and imagine that good things are going to emerge from it? I'm going to leave the why answer to that question to my sociology lecture, which we can talk about later. The important point here is that effective group collaboration does not happen all by itself. What we're going to do today is talk about and practice some things that can increase the odds that you'll be able to have the kind of team experiences that really make a difference. This workshop is a first step on the path to recognizing that teamwork requires both individual skills and shared routines and practices, and that these skills can be cultivated by us as individuals and as groups.